At the tin mine again, digging, running, and tallying today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to game. Howdy, folks. Jag. That's me. I'm Jag, not your Jag. This is GrampyJAG, and we're coming to you from a Dcraft world. We are living in a Dcraft world. Isn't that wonderful? I have a little bit of a report. We are still digging out level 11. And let me tell you, it has been an adventure. There we go. So let's head on up. One of these days I gotta learn which button to push. I have been digging, trying to find the extent of the level, that is the borders of the level, to see just how many tunnels I gotta push to explore it completely. And let's just say, there we go, lag. Let's just say this level is a way bigger than I thought, because I had done all this and thought, well, we're just about at the end, because there's where the edge of the mountain is. You go through that cobblestone wall there and you're outside. So I did not think I had a whole lot to do. But as it turns out, and I had to lay torches, so I follow the corner torches. I mean, it ain't, see, that's why you got to follow the corner torches, because I had a couple of these. Later on, I get this straightened out. We just put a little divot instead of digging the first chunk of hallway. And one of the things that made things interesting was this. And this is where I died again from an ancient golem. So I have this deactivated now. He's gone. It's deactivated. And we went right through his house. And as you can see, now we're taking a really huge jog. And we just keep doing that. And is it like, is this ever gonna narrow up to where we're not gonna have to keep widening? And it turns out, no, it just keeps going on. So this is, I believe, the end. So we went down here and we hit, you can't see it through here, but we went down here and we hit edge of mountain real early. And I'm about to plunge through this and see how deep this goes. But I think we are now starting to work our way back through this whole process, which is going to be a lot. This is way huger than I thought it was going to be. I can see spending several days here just cleaning out this level. And it's not a super rich level. It ain't bad. I'm getting stuff, but it is not a super rich level. But the next level should be better. So why don't you just go, see, there we are. We're at the extent. Why don't you just go to the next level? Because then I'd have to do all this work again. You always want to pull this one out, because every now and then there's stuff hiding here. Right on the edge. So we're done with this. We can block this off. We are done with this. Yeah, see, that's where I took a second to punch out and I hit the side of the mountain again. We're done with this, so we can cut that off. And we can work this one. So 1, 2, 3. See, I don't know why I didn't punch a divot there, but this is what it's supposed to look like. You punch a divot, and then you go on. So this tells me that's the next place. Ooh, would you look at that? Now this is the one thing I'm finding a lot of, is this Aetherium. And there was no indication from the outside of this particular hill mountain thing that we had any of this. But it's quite prevalent now that we've started digging. Oh, that's right. Gotta have this guy. Ooh, there's another one. Those are bright. Get that? Yep. You only need, I think, half a dozen of those to get working on the project that it's involved with, but it's always good to have extra. You can melt it back down into liquid moonlight. It's convenient. Now, I'll tell you, when you go for the liquid Aetherium later on, you only produce it for about 4 hours a night, so you don't get but a trickle. I think last time I had like 6 collectors running, and it took forever to fill even a small drum. Probably at the edge. Yep, there's the snow. All right. So we can mark this off, and I don't think there was anything else in here. Nope. Oops. That's not. Block that. Block that. 1, 2. Yep. This is where our next divot should have been. I don't know why I stopped putting the divots in. But now we just follow this pathway back and keep pushing tunnels this way. They're 2 apart, so I will see both sides. So I see this side. When I was down here, I saw this side. That means I've got a pretty good chance, unless it was hiding underneath the wall, that I will collect it. So this gives me about a good 85 or higher % yield, which is about as good as you're going to get without using a quarry. Yeah, go 4 high. Got to take a step forward to get that last one. And we start with the middle, push 5. You got to be right up against the wall. And you just keep doing this time after time. It's actually kind of soothing in a way. Take a step forward. There you go. What gets you is when you actually find some ore. And it's like, ooh, I found ore. Just when I thought it was going to be a total bust. Now, I'll be honest with you. There are a number of these drives that are a total bust. You don't see anything. You might not see anything for 2 or 3 of these drives in a row. And then all of a sudden, you're going to get one, and it's just going to be packed with ore. And then you'll go another 2, 3 with not much and nothing. Which is kind of what we're doing now. Because, yeah. All right. One last torch. And why do you leave the torches? Because you might have to come back here someday, and you don't want the place overrun with creepy crawlies. Yeah, see, now I got my divots. So, at this juncture, I'm going to let y'all go, and I'm going to dig this out, and hopefully I can show you some tin getting processed. So, bye for now. Damn it, I hear him again. So, we are currently in a Bloodmoon situation. I have to keep moving in the complex. Otherwise, they could locate me, they being the monsters, could locate me and dig their way in and do me nasty harm. So I'm listening. When you start hearing scratching or thumping sounds, that means they have figured out where you are and it's time to move again. Quite honestly, I'm real close to the surface. I'm surprised they haven't homed in on me yet. I went to the center of the mine and they still were able to tell where I was, so I must have caves under me. And they found me. Turn the sound up here a little bit. Hear that? Skeletons have found me. Yeah. You see how the Bloodmoon colors things even here. It's quiet here. And again, this is about as close to the center of the hill that you can get. I have the most insulation by stone. And it is almost morning. 2.5 hours and I will be safe. 424, 448. When you can hear them digging, you've got about 6 blocks before they're on you, and it takes them a little bit to dig through each block. The skeletons aren't bad. All they can do is shoot at you, and if you're inside, ain't gonna hurt you. But other things can show up, like creepers, and they can blow a hole in. Then you got a mob of skeletons and zombies all over you. So you need a certain thickness. The other thing is zombies also carry TNT, so they can come up beneath you and then blow a hole out from under you. And then you land in the middle of everybody. Not fun. It's 6 o'clock. We gotta at least get to 7. It is 6:30. This is where things start getting safer. 6:24. What level are we on? We are on level 8. I'm going to turn the sound back down a little bit because I'm going to be going back to work here in a second. Let it click one more time, then I'll head back up. Tick tock, there we go. 7:12. So I'm going to head back up to 11, and that's why I was getting the red, because I'm that close to the outside. Literally. Surprised nobody's out here. Alright, so I'm going to go back to work. I do not have a huge amount of this level left. Oops, I always miss these turns here because I set them up wrong. Oops, next one. There we go. And yeah, so I've got this 1, 2, come on, 3 or 4, 5, 6, basically 6 more tunnels to push, so that shouldn't take me too long. I've been working this the better part of 2 in real life days at this point, this level. Well, not even, day and a half maybe. So day and a half per level, and this is level 11, so I got 10 levels, so 10 times 1.5, about 15 days to go and dig this all out, if I wind up digging this all out. May not do that. We'll see. Depends on how much tin we get. When I get done with this level, we'll go down and we'll see how much tin we got, and cook it off, and see how many ingots we get. So, thanks for stopping by for the update. It's been a wonderful blood moon. Watch out for the Piglin Lord. Another GrampyJAG living the Dcraft world dream. Omicron edition. Available on CurseForge. Yeah, I got to get that in there. So I finally made it to the spawn point for the golem. And we are grabbing all these blocks because we can use them later on, some of them. And we can use some for decoration. By the way, these guys up here emit light a little bit, not a lot. See, if you want that kind of creepy glow, that's the way, that's something you can use to get that. But we'll just suck all of these out of here. And I did have to do a wee bit of reconstruction because this was visible to the outside. So where all this cobblestone is, yeah, that was to block up the holes that I left. Get you, I think that's everybody from up top. Now we can get the floor. Now some of this stuff you can use in components for recipes for later, others just, well, like I say, decorative. Give a little ambiance. And you'll be able to make, pretty sure you're able to make these blocks later on in the game. Once you get certain technologies. There we go. And just because we're good about this, we're going to fill in the hole. In case we ever have to run through here again, we won't trip and fall on our face. It's always just good practice to backfill. Can't stress that enough. So, we have come up through this way. 1, 2, we are going to go down this one. So, let's just get started here so that we don't get lowest. See, yep, 1, 2. All right, that's it for the report. Still working on level 11. Oh, look at, there's goodies up there. There's goodies back there. There's goodies, goodies, goodies. I like goodies. None of them are blue, though. We're looking for the blue ones. The tin. There's also white tin, which oddly I haven't seen. I would have thought I would have seen white tin by now, but I haven't. So, till next time. You know, I got to do the wave. Actually, this is me practicing to hit the like button and the subscribe button. If you look, oh, I can't turn my head. If you look down at the lower right corner, there's a little picture of my face. Just punch it. It does something surprising. Howdy, y'all. GrampyJAG living in a Dcraft world. Guess what? We got level 11 all mined out, and I've got the results. So we dug 105 blocks of tin ore and 103 blocks of iron ore out of that level. So let's go take a look at what the post melting, smelting, and recombinating results are. So from the upper levels and the gravels and everything we found around this site, we got 15 tin, 6 nuggets, 6 iron, and 6 nuggets. From level 11, we got 36 tin ingots and an additional, looks like 3. So that'll get us another ingot out of the partials. So call it 37 ingots of tin out of that 105 ore, and 11 ingots plus 4 nuggets, which again will get us another ingot. So let's call it 12 ingots out of the 103 iron. I do not know if this will be enough tin to make the basic melter, press, pipes, activators, pumps, etc. out of Caminite, but I think I'm going to huff it back to base 1, and we're going to see how many things we can build. So that is going to be our next little project. We're going to see how much can we build to get Ember set up and going. So next stop, base 1. Catch you later. And next time we start fooling around with embers.